Give this thing a go in race mode. Let's see what we got. Launch control. Here we go. Wow. If you've always wanted to drive an F1 vehicle but haven't had the chance, well, this 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC63 AMG Performance, it's not an F1 vehicle, but it uses Formula One technology to make this plug-in hybrid a super fast, super fun car to drive. What do I mean by that? Well, stick around, and I'm going to tell you.
The Mercedes-Benz GLC63 AMG is the most powerful version of the German automaker's popular compact luxury crossover model. Powered by a unique plug-in hybrid powertrain, the GLC63 AMG combines the AMG M139L 2-liter turbocharged engine with an electronic drive unit on the rear axle. The M139L is the most powerful series-produced 4-cylinder engine in the world and is the only production engine in the world to date that is turbocharged with an electronic exhaust gas turbocharger. The system is a direct derivative of the technology the Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team has been successfully using in the premier class of motorsport for many years. The engine is combined in the GLC63 AMG with a permanently excited synchronous electric motor, a high-performance battery, and the fully variable AMG Performance 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system. The end result is a combined system output of 671 horsepower and 752 pound-feet of torque. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles an hour is just 3.4 seconds.
You know, one of the things about this GLC63, because it's a performance hybrid, is it fully has the ability to drive just like a completely normal crossover. I mean, like a GLC 300. Now, I don't know why you'd want to pay for something like this to just drive it normally, but you can, because if you don't want to think about all the technology, this, you know, in normal mode, if you just leave it on, you know, in comfort mode, it does everything that you need it to do. It provides you with a good ride. It's a luxury performance Mercedes. It's got the nice, you know, AMG badging, so you look like you're somebody. I mean, if that's all you want, you can certainly do that. This really is a different kind of AMG performance vehicle. I mean, it's not always revving and driving hard, and it's got the sounds of the beast that it really is. This is not what it was back in the V8 days. You've got this performance hybrid, and that brings all kinds of sort of different ways of approaching this. I mean, to make it the monster that it really is or can be when you want it to, it really is, in this case, as simple as rotating a knob. And with the performance hybrid and just getting it into the right modes, particularly race mode or even Sport Plus, this is where the 63 becomes more than the 43, which I reviewed earlier. And of course, you can check that review out after you've watched this one. But it's really, once you get it in the right settings, this 63 becomes a monster that maybe was sort of hidden as a regular kind of mid-sized luxury sport ute otherwise. This technically is a plug-in hybrid, but in all honesty, you know, if you're looking at this as a green vehicle, well, I mean, that's really not what it's for. This really only has a small 6.1 kilowatt battery pack. So in terms of, you know, EV only driving, it's rated at like 14 kilometers. That's like, I don't know, 6-7 miles. So, I mean, you're not going to be saying that. And I mean, it does have a plug-in port, but again, I mean, are you really going to want to do that? It's, you know, you're certainly not going to buy yourself an at-home charger to be plugging this in. It's only going to give you a minimal. I mean, I've been doing so this week only because I have, you know, a home charger already, so I'm just giving it a try. I mean, that said, even with the low amount of EV only range, this vehicle does have the ability to recharge itself. You put it into Sport Plus mode, and then just the regenerative braking system plus some of the effort, that will actually bring you back up to the full charge again for performance opportunities, you know, within, I think it's something like 10-15 kilometers or so. Now, of course, the flip side is that's going to put a little more emphasis and effort on the engine to generate, because you're pushing it harder to get the charge back into the battery and the regenerative braking. So that's going to hurt your fuel economy as well, which even goes more to the point that this is a plug-in hybrid that's not really about efficiency. You really don't drive this or own this because you're looking for a green vehicle. It's kind of odd that this even has a green plate. I mean, here in Ontario and in other provinces in US states, they do have green plates for electrics and plug-ins. And, depending on where you are, it can have some advantages. Here in Ontario, for example, you have a green plate. You can get into, high occupancy lanes on expressways or major highways, even though you're, say, only driving by yourself. So, I don't know, to me, it's almost kind of cheating that, you've got this because, well, technically it's a plug. You're not going to use it, but you kind of get some of those green benefits that go along. You get everything else that goes with an AMG vehicle. I mean, you don't have the V8, so you've taken that out, but with the combination of this 4 and the battery, you're actually getting more horsepower and torque than the old V8 GLC63 that this replaces. And you have all the other benefits to it. You've got your AMG race tuning, you've got your exhaust, you've got your throttle response, you've got the pure power. These are all the things that happens when you bring that little switch together on the wheel and all of a sudden turn this from a little commuting luxury car into the beast and monster that you want it to be. So if you've made it to this point, you probably like what you see, but you're also likely not a subscriber, since my analytics tell me more of you are not subscribers than are, and I really want to change that. So please consider subscribing to the Novak Report right now. I put out about 5 to 7 videos a month. There's long form videos, there's reels, it's great content. Help me grow my channel. Subscribe now. Thank you for doing so. The interior of this 63 AMG is pretty much the same as the other GLC variants. It's the 43 and even the GLC 300. Its basic layout, there are some elements that are upgraded, to denote the top end. For example, the AMG Performance steering wheel is in a Napa leather with microfiber. It's flattened at the bottom, and it features aluminum, these gear shift paddles, which you can use and play around with the engine if you want. There's 2 round AMG drive unit buttons on the lower part of the steering wheel, and again, they allow for faster and more intuitive kind of operation of the dynamic driving functions. There's 8 AMG dynamic select functions with the 63, which is more than in the 43. Both the 43 and the 63 come with AMG Ride Control. It's a steel spring suspension with adaptive dampening system. And really what it is, it's continuously adjusting the dampening on each of the 4 wheels, and it's sort of to meet current demand. It factors in, sort of the pre-selected suspension level that you have. It has road conditions, your driving style. So it's always adjusting. That's pretty cool, adding that sort of comfort feature. And there's actually a choice of 3 dampening maps, you should say. You've got your comfort, your sport, and sport plus. So you will feel, with each sort of dampening system, the more, rigid or relaxed kind of driving style. This vehicle comes with the 3-stage AMG speed-sensitive steering system. So what happens is it features, again, a variable geometry ratio, and it adapts to the selected drive program. Again, you're getting this customization. You want a beast? You can have one. You don't? Well, turn it off. So at high speeds, the steering power assistance is going to decrease, and at low speeds, it's going to increase. What happens as a result is that I don't really have to use much effort in steering at low speeds, as well as in maneuvering and parking, which is a good thing. If you got a stiff wheel turning, you don't want to have it when you're having to make sort of, lower impact or low speed turns. That's a very good thing. Elsewhere on the interior, you have our front seats. They're AMG badged seats. They're comfortable and they're bolstered for extra support. They have heating and cooling available. The steering wheel too has heated steering wheel, but it's always bugged me that there's no button for it. You actually have to ask Mercedes to heat the wheel. I don't need it today, but it's always been one of those annoyances. I'm so used to finding a button, turn it on, turn it off. Doesn't have that. Of course, ambient lighting. Nobody does ambient lighting like Mercedes does. I say it time and time again. A multitude of colors, LED lighting, and all over on the rims of the vents, along the sides. At night, you really know what you're in. Other features, rear comfort and passenger space, it's fine. It's on par with a vehicle in this category, that mid-size I call it crossover because it's a unibody, but everything's being called an SUV nowadays, so whatever, but you know what I'm talking about. The space is no worse, no different for passengers. But this thing is fun to drive. It's a blast. It's when you want it to be. It's maybe a little more technically advanced than it's necessary. This whole idea of giving you a plug to charge in when you don't really want to charge in, and regen capabilities. I mean, as amazing as a performance vehicle as this is, you know, who's going to buy it? I mean, if you love an AMG, if you love the whole performance idea, if you have the extra money. But I mean, you're not going to say, oh, I just want a GLC. Let's go all the way for the, you know, the 671 horsepower. It's not something you use much at all. I mean, listen, if you can race, if you love to race, man, this is a fantastic vehicle. But, you know, if you're just looking for a mid-size Mercedes SUV, you know, the GLC 300 is more than enough without having to figure out all the technicalities and the complications and the much larger price tag as well. So, you know, as fun as this is, the buyer's market is really kind of small. So this 2025 Mercedes GLC63 AMG Performance, well, it has a green plate, but it's not a green vehicle. It's a rocket, and it's a lot of fun to drive. But what do you think about it? Would you buy one? Would you consider it green? Let me know, put a comment in, and if you like this video, please share it with others. If you're not subscribed to the Novak Report, consider doing so. And if you are, please remember to ring the bell so you get notified of every time I upload something new. That's it for now. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching.